I know you from, Nevada and all that good stuff, but Southern Utah University for college. Talk to me about it, man. What was your recruitment like, and how did you ultimately end up going there, man?
Man, I first of all, I appreciate the introduction.
Oh, no,
It is
without a
not
doubt.
lost on me. That is, you guys are a classy organization over here, so I really
Damn.
appreciate it. You're gonna love this story. Actually, it's
Uh-oh.
a
Uh-oh.
brief one. It's a brief one. I actually only had one offer coming out of high school,
What?
and it one full ride offer, and that was to Southern Utah University. Coach Lamb at the time, he was the head coach at SUU. He and Coach Enna, he coached linebackers there. They brought me in and they offered me that scholarship because my first 10 plays on my highlight film were all kickoffs. They said they had never seen anything like it. They had never seen a player put special teams play as their highlights on their highlight film. And so they said, we got to get this guy in here. And so I love special teams. I've been loving it since I was in high school.
What? Let's go.
And I mean, it's just one of those things. And so I get there, I get a scholarship because they said they like my special teams play. I end up getting to SUU, real small school in the mountains of Southern Utah,
Oh yeah, I'm
about,
familiar though,
about
man. That's
40
that
minutes from
one
St.
double A
George.
ball over there, man. Heck
Oh
yeah,
yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah. It's a nice little views. It's real sweet, man. It was a good spot. So I was there, did 5 years. I had finished my engineering degree at SUU, and I wanted to be the biggest safety in football, and so I
Let's
put on a
go.
bunch of weight, put on like 60 pounds in college, and still played special teams, man. I was blocking punts at SUU. And it's just always been my heart's desire, So when everybody's always like, hey, Miles, you going to play defense? You going to play some, at the time back then, are you going to play more offense? I was running back coming out of high school. Are you, what are you going to do? What's your plan? You want to go to a bigger school? I was like, nah, man, I don't want to hear none of that. I'm loving it here. I'm playing special teams. I loved it. And so, when I got drafted to the Lions and they told me, hey, you're going to have to play special teams, all rookies do. Man, that was icing on the cake. I was like,
He
let's go.
said, man,
That's
this
what
is
I
what I
want.
want to do anyways.
That's the only reason I'm here. Because without
Yo,
teams, I wouldn't have even went to college. So
man,
it's
that is crazy.
yeah, it's
Okay.
cool, man. It's
Yeah,
been fun. It's been a fun journey.
Hey, so you really didn't think about transferring at any point?
like you was
Say
cooking
that one more
ass.
time.
You
Yeah.
you really didn't think about transferring at any point from SUU?
No, no, no,
I'm
no, no,
like,
no.
man, you
I
came
mean,
out
I've
the
been.
gate putting up numbers over there, man. After your red shirt year, we like, all right, leading the tackles, this, picks, his, all
Yeah,
this. I'm like, dang.
yeah. I have a saying that I'm stealing from my dad here. He would always tell me to make it count where you're at. And
Mm.
so even in high school in Vegas, I mean, whenever I say I'm from Vegas, people are like, "Oh, did you go to Bishop Gorman? That's a big school in Vegas." I say no, and I had an opportunity to. They want to recruit guys, and I said no. I didn't want to transfer to a private school. I wanted to just play it for I figured if I can make it out of there, I can make it out anywhere. And so I
Man, a
went to
man of the
SVU.
people, man. A man
Let's
of the
do it,
people.
man. Let's do it.
Let's
Ride it out,
go.
man. Ride it out. Yeah.
No, I like that, bro. I like that. So, shoot, you obviously, like I said, 4 years of actively playing. We obviously knew you had the red shirt your first year, but you put up numbers
Yep.
over there at SUU, and ultimately, you get into this NFL draft, man. Talk about the NFL draft, man. Everything leading up to it, combine,
Oh
etc.
man.
And yeah, man, what was it like when you finally got that call and stuff? But
It was
yes,
it was exciting. It was exciting. I'm glad I went to the combine. It was one of the most stressful things I've ever experienced because I didn't go to Bama, man. I didn't know anybody who's been through this process, who's gone to a Senior Bowl. I didn't know anything about this stuff, dude. I didn't have anyone to ask. My dad was a cyclist. He did
hmm,
velodrome cycling, and in the Olympic trials, and he played instruments, but he didn't go. He didn't play NFL football. What I mean? I didn't have anyone
yeah,
to ask,
yeah,
and so
absolutely.
I was stressed. I had no idea that they keep you up all night at the combine
Facts,
and interviews and feed you pizza and ice cream and then ask you to go run a 40 on the
facts.
third day. I was like,
Uh,
what are we doing? What are we doing? I had like the slowest 40 I've ever run. And so now for the rest of my career, they're like, oh, this guy's a 4.6 guy. I'm like, I promise I'm not. I promise you I'm not. But it's whatever. It was a lot of fun. I was a pioneer for the
Mm-hmm.
program at SBU. They were super proud, and it's just been a lot of fun going back and pouring into guys, and it's been a blast, man. It's been a good time.
Now, in terms of the Lions calling you and stuff like that, man, did
Yeah.
you have any idea that there was actually going to be you, or that they were going to be actually be the team calling you and stuff like that? I know there's some stories out there surrounding it, but I want to hear
Yeah,
from you,
no,
man, in terms of, yeah.
I had no idea. That was the one team I knew for sure it wasn't going to be. The coach. I won't say his name now. There's been some controversy around him, but he did not want me. He made it clear, and so I was like, okay, that's fine. You don't like big safeties. I try to be cordial with you and shake your hand, but you're gonna tell me to my face you don't want me. It's pretty safe to think I'm not going to that team. And so when they called, man, I was shocked. I was really shocked. It was the same day as my graduation, so I had to bust it up to SUU with my cap and gown, and it was an interesting day. We were super happy, super excited. The start of a long career. I mean, there's no way you could never have told me that I would have been playing. This is my 8th year in the league.
Yeah.
There's no way, dude. Like there's no way I was expecting this. So this has been a true gift from God. I'm grateful every single day I'm here.
No, without a doubt, man. And shoot, man, we grateful to have you on this team, man. Because like you said, man, what you've been able to do in terms of bringing in that special teams leadership, the special teams production, and now even so with some of the injuries on the back end, now you even getting some snaps
Yeah.
on defense as well, man. You definitely helping us out in a major way. But I did want to ask, man, after you finished up in Detroit, you get the chance to come over here in free agency. What went through
Yep.
that process in terms of why the Steelers? Did you have other teams that you were considering?
I did. I was always drawn to the Steelers. My dad's favorite coach was always Coach Tomlin.
Let's go. Let's go.
And I really admired the consistency in the organization. That it seemed like a team that was very loyal to its personnel, whether it's coaches or players. It just seemed like a family oriented place that's obviously steeped in tradition of winning. And who doesn't want that? It was very attractive. I was coming off of a very strenuous, very it was a very taxing regime that I was
Over in
leaving with
Detroit.
the Lions. Yeah, it was just a lot. It was just a lot mentally. Anyone who was there during those later years that I was there, after Caldwell, it was just kind of it was a hard place. I don't want to speak ill on anyone, but it was a hard place to be. And so I was eager to get out, and it was just a good fit here. It was a great fit here. I really love the culture here. I want to add to it. I want to be someone who encourages guys to add to it. And so it's been a great fit. It's been a great fit.
Nah, we definitely agree with you on that fit. And was it a tough decision in terms of signing your extension to come back, or were you, ever flirting with the concept of maybe I do want to go somewhere else again?
No, I mean, I've always been the guy. Just my whole story, like I just shared with you. I want to make it count where I'm at.
Mhm.
I'm definitely not a grass is greener type of guy. What's that saying? The grass is greener where you water it, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I have work here yet to be done. There are guys that I'm invested in. There are things that I want to see happen during the time that I'm here. I just, I want to see things done here, and I want to be a part of it. And I believe in a lot of what the Steelers have, what they stand for, and it just aligns with who I am as a person. I believe that to my core. I'm all about the hard work. I'm all about upholding tradition that's been laid out by those before me, and I respect it a great deal. And it's something that I'm excited about every single day I get to go in and work here.
Now, I know you mentioned you love special teams all growing up, but when did you actually realize in the NFL you could be special teams guy, that could be your niche?
That's a great question. I think every player no matter what they love to do, they have to answer, okay, what type of player am I going to be at this level? And when I was at SU, I mean, I'm not going to kid you here. I was known for just smacking dudes. Like, that's just what I was. I was
Talk
running
that
around.
talk, Killebrew. Talk that talk.
I was at like 230, 235, and I ran a 4.42 at my junior day
You
at
killing people
230.
out there, man.
Dude, I was smacking people, and it was a lot of fun. But I realized very quickly when I got to the league, either A, you know, I'll put it this way. I learned that style of play was on the decline. You know, you weren't seeing as many Cam Chancellors. You weren't seeing these type of, you know, you can just roam around and just lay dudes. And we're seeing that this year, you know, with my guy KZ. You just can't do it anymore. It's, you know, it's just a different game. And so I was like, okay, well, what type of player am I going to be? Because, you know, I had to figure it out. And so when I blocked a punt in Detroit, I was like, okay, this is something that is a skill that translated. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can get a bunch of tackles and I can block punts. That's what I can do. So that's what I've been doing. I've been just trying to excel at that and trying to be the best in the world at it. That's my goal. And so I'm still on that journey. I don't think I'm there yet. But you know, that's what I want.
Now, I listened to one of your previous interviews you've done on YouTube, and you take being a captain pretty seriously. Is there like a key thing or one thing that sticks out to you in terms of like leadership that like you would like to share? Like, what's a lesson? What's like one of the big things that you take away from like being a leader? Like, what makes a good leader?
Well, my first year that I got voted captain last year, I thought that being a captain meant that I need to be constantly, you know, at the front of the ship, you know, first one to dive in, first one to do everything, just kind of like showing how it's done and being everywhere for all the guys, right? Just like pouring of myself into all the guys so that everyone feels like they know what to do, and like almost like a assistant coach, man. That's what I thought it was. And so I had one of the least productive years of the league of my time in the league last year, just because I was trying to be all these different things and it just didn't work out. And so this year I realized very quickly, well, at the end of last year, going into this year, this off season, I realized very quickly, I'm not worth a damn as a leader if I don't take care of my own yards first. And so I've been tilling my grass. I've been making sure my front yard is clean and making sure that I give the young guys something to aspire to. Yeah. Because it's not about what I say if I ain't doing what, you know, if I don't have the actions to match and something that they want to be a part of. And so I make sure now that, yeah, I'm doing my job and I'm doing it at a very high level. And now because of that, I can show you, hey, this is how it's done. Now you're more interested in what I do off the field because my business on the field is in order.
Nah, love that, man. Love that. And that's impactful, man. And we obviously know for this team, when you got younger dudes, man, that look up to guys like you or younger guys that's trying to find their way in this league, you need them type of voice in the locker room, man. You need those type of voices getting in their ears, man. So salute you on that one in a major way.
Thank you.